Okay, so for some reason, this is now June 3rd, 2026. For some reason, chicken shit Charles Perry Coward has two or three times now had this taken off of the YouTube channel, and it is the interview that I did with Jason Moore. He was the citizens watchdog on a radio station in Odessa, and it was done in 2012. And Mr. Perry does not like this. So this is something that would be damaging to his lie, or he wouldn't give a shit, right? If you listen to it, there's no link to Charles Perry at all. Not that I can remember. There's nothing in this audio interview with Jason Moore. It's about an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour. Nothing at all that you would think would link Charles Perry to the accusations we've made that he's a stalker, that he's a human trafficker, and that he does everything he does with intent to coerce or intimidate human trafficking delivery. Literally everything the guy does all day long is for that reason, especially when it's done to me or my family. Why else is he where I am? Why in the world would Charles Perry be where I am? Remember, I've said repeatedly, I've moved twice to get away from this weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. He creeps me out. He's a sex predator. He preys upon women and children. He steals money from women and children. He beats women and children down. And I guess that makes him feel good about himself or something. And he harasses me constantly. He threatens me constantly. Then asks for help with information constantly. The guy never shuts up. If he's not harassing and bothering me, he's harassing and bothering other people about me. Make him prove what he's doing with his time. Why the fuck is he where I am? Why the fuck is he where I am? So I leave Lubbock in November 2013 to get away from him. I go to the Dallas area. This is 400 miles away. Here he comes. Harass, bother, threaten. Harass, bother, threaten, interfere, butt in, stick his nose where it doesn't belong, cause problems, non-stop all day long. So I leave, and I come to Oklahoma to be with my family, and to get away from him. A whole nother state. Here he comes. All day long, harasses me, threatens me, bothers me, ruins everything good. Ran off all my friends and ended up running off all my family. I will have nothing to do with my family. They chose him over me. They betrayed me. They lied to me. They took my son around a dangerous man that I had moved twice to get him away from and exposed him to death. Death, murder. Murder in the first. So, and I'm being kept from caring for my son and being there for him when he needs me the most. And this is the top of the list of things you could do to inflame the situation that you're in. And you haven't made delivery, and I'm not dead, and I'm not in jail, and I'm not all the things you've been trying to do to me. I'm not in a hospital. You've tried to murder me. And I can prove that. The guys can prove that. I don't have to do it. All I have to do is testify. Okay? Okay, tell us all, when you make all these phone calls and you want to find out who I work for and you want to get me fired and you paid out $10 million to do that at least, and you use Tony's money to do that, so Charles can sit on his fat, perverted, lazy butt ass and sicko everybody, ick his slime all over us and harass and bother everybody all day long, trying to coerce me into being delivered. Okay, I'm not going. I don't know how many different ways I can say that. I am not going with you, Mr. Perry. You make my skin crawl. I don't do peeping Tom. I don't do broke. I don't do rapist. I don't do murderer. I don't do liar and a cheat. I don't do guy who ruins all things good. I don't do guy who slanders and badmouths me every chance he gets. You're not my kind. You're a job for me. Okay, the only thing I was supposed to do is help you get elected. You made it weird. You made it really weird. You're the sickest kind of criminal I've ever seen in my life. You are BTK. You're a necrophiliac, is what we're told. Is that true? Yes or no? You enjoy sex with dead women. They can't fight back. When you go to these compounds that you have, you do all kinds of weird. We've heard there's the worst kind of debauchery at those places going on. We can't even imagine. That's what we've been told. You can't imagine the shit those people do to those girls and those children. You think Greg Abbott gives a fuck? Nope. He does not. Because he would have had that CPS in there getting those kids out of there long ago. Our case is huge. It's multi-state. It's the biggest project of their lives. That's what the guys tell me. This is the biggest project of our lives. And they discount it like we're not here while they call around and look for us and pay millions of dollars trying to find us, trying to get you fired, trying to, cover up what they're doing to your kid, and on and on and on. Who told on us? How'd she find out about that? How'd she know to do that? How'd she get that kind of information? Oh my God. But nobody's there, right? Mr. Perry's literally like 1 minute. Nobody's there. Okay, so when you ask me who told on you, and today it was Beverly and Bob. He's asked me before if it's Troy or Zach. And I don't know any of those people, and I don't want to help you. And I'm not told how information is obtained, and I don't want to help you. I want you gone. You ruin all things good. Okay, you made, a really, for the first time in my life, I had to live in my car because of you. Okay, I've always had nice homes. I've always had nice clothes. You threw my clothes in a dumpster. You owe me money for that. You don't do that. You don't do that shit. I wouldn't walk in a room with you for millions. You embarrass the hell out of me. You're the fucking most weird person. You're like worse than BTK. So we've heard all this stuff that's going on in these compounds, and they're, you've told people they're homes for unwed mothers, and because of what you've done to me and the crime you've committed against me, we've asked the question: how many of those people at the compounds were arrested just before they end up at a compound? Did you you arranged a false arrest? You went in and sat them down and said, I'll take you to my compound. I'll give you a place to live, blah, blah. I'll make these charges just disappear. And now they're hostages. Did they get pregnant after they got there, or were they pregnant when they got there? Why do they keep getting pregnant over and over and over? If it's a home for unwed mothers and you're just trying to, quote unquote, help them. I don't think that's helping them, sir. I think that word means something different than you think that word means. Helping. So, when you guys make these phone calls, those girls, if you had them arrested and then you went and got them out and pretend like you're some sort of hero, then they're hostages. You made them think they didn't have a choice. You're trying to do that to me. I have help. How much worse is it for the girls that don't have the help I have? That don't have a whole team behind them? How much worse is it for them? That is, so they're hostages. They're not there because they want to be there. They're there because they think they have to be there. There's people you flat out kidnapped. We heard Natalie Holloway's there. She was at the Houston compound. I don't know where she is now. And Catherine is her daughter. Now, when the guys can go pick up a Coke can or a Coke cup or something and test DNA. And I'm not going to tell you, they have already. I'm not going to tell you the results, but they have. So they know exactly if Catherine is Natalie's daughter or not. And Natalie's didn't die. See, there's no crime scene for Natalie. There's no body for Natalie. So there's absolutely, there was the rumor that pirates kidnapped her or something, human traffickers kidnapped her. Well, it was you, we hear. And you've been holding her all this time. And the guys tell me, we want you to put something out there. We're going to run an extraction and get her out. So then you guys go, oh gosh, will she remember who she is? She hasn't gone by Natalie for years, like 30 years. Will she remember who she is? Will she? Okay, so our information that we're getting is either true or it's not true. You have to prove me wrong. I don't have to prove fuck. You had 3 chances in 3 civil cases to make me prove my allegations were true. And you went chicken shit, just like you did with this right here. And you tried to cover everything up. And you did a backroom deal with the judge. And y'all had, your little private, nobody knows what you said, your little ex parte whatever, or a phone call, for God's sake. Nothing, no attorney that is a halfway decent attorney or even law students can look at my 3 cases and go, oh yeah, those were legit. That went like it was supposed to. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. Unless you're paying them to say that. Because the guys have had attorneys look at it and law students look at it. Nobody says, yeah, that's legit. That went like it was supposed to legally. Process was followed legally. She got due process. She got all... No one says that. Everyone says, who bought the judge? Every person that looks at that says that looks at my cases. Who bought the judge? How much did they pay the judge? Okay, when I first filed the first civil lawsuit, was a civil rights violation. One of them in the state is malicious prosecution. The other one was breach of contract. So I sued you 3 times. You could have made me go in front of a jury and present evidence and witnesses and cross-examine your witnesses and your evidence, question your evidence and cross-examine you and have a regular, normal, legal process in a civil court claim and make me prove what I'm saying is true. The burden of proof is on me, and you didn't. You went chicken shit. You always do. You're a coward. You're a criminal coward, and you're the lowest of the low. You're the lowest of the low. So, now it's your turn. You prove me wrong, or you shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And you can't, or you would have done it long ago. I said you murdered Lucky Miller. Here's the thing with Lucky Miller. Look at this right here. We did this for him and for Mike Neely. Because Lucky's children believe that their father was murdered in a drunken brawl, and he was not. He was killed in the line of duty. Prove me wrong. On fact. With authenticated evidence. And Michael Neely was a victim of attempted murder. And he was not the murderer. He did not do this. And he sat in prison, and his kids think that he killed someone, and he did not. And this is not how we treat good law enforcement officers. So, my whole family was police. My great-great-granddad was a Texas Marshal in Rochester, Texas, a judge and a chicken farmer. My great-granddad was captain of detectives for Roswell Police Department in Roswell, New Mexico. My granddad was the chief. Yesterday would have been his birthday. So he was the chief of police, and those are my boys. That's Tristan and Dennis. Those are my children. Okay, I'm going to tell you this again. When you fuck with, I've retreated from a fight and a conflict with you twice to get away from you, and no conflict. I don't like drama. Okay, I can't stand it. Okay, I think you're pathetic and weak if you have to do drama. Make everything a big drama. I think you need to get a life. I think you're soap opera. I think you're boring, and I think you need to fucking get a life. Okay? And so twice I moved. I shouldn't have had to move at all. A woman should be able to say, leave me the fuck alone. I don't like you. I want nothing to do with you. You need to fuck off. And at one time should do it. Okay? If I'm in a bar and somebody did to me what you're doing to me, you'd be kicked out of the bar. So how dare you go everywhere I go and harass and threaten and bother and then ask me for help? How dare you, after what you've done, do that to ask me for help? So you pay for that with intel. Tony, poor Tony, he's wanting to know where his money is. When are you going to get Cynthia delivered so I can get my money? You said this was a risk-free investment. Where's my money? So you're blowing through other people's money so you can sit on your fat, ugly ass and get caught because you got nothing else in 15 years. Nothing else. No, every day it's the same thing. Here we had yet another day. David thought he would try one more thing, and all they did is piss her off and her people. And then she found out everything they were gonna do, and nothing worked. Charles harassed her all damn day and threatened her all damn day, then asked for help all damn day, and it pissed her off, and it pissed her people off. And here was a waste. It's the same thing every day. It's been that way for 15 years. All they do is piss her off and inflame the situation. That's all, and they use other people's money to do it. Okay, somebody's getting off on it, and they stop. Because you're a risk. You keep getting caught. Like never before in your lives you get caught when you do it to me. We told you it would be that way in 2016. Let's try one more thing. Let's bully everybody. Let's try one more thing. Oh, wow. Millions of dollars in 15 years. What's one more day and one more million, right? Of Tony's money. Anyways, I will not go with you. It would absolutely be a kidnapping. If you live through it, the guys might shoot you in the head. I might kick the shit out of you. And since you're so weak that you can't even pick on a woman without drugging me first or trying to subdue me with disease or whatever it is, I don't think you would. I don't think you would make it through that. It would definitely not go like you think it would. Nothing ever has. Why would that? Okay, I'm not going with you. I'm not going to be trafficked. And you want to have somebody sit me down and go, oh, you have to go. I don't have to go. You little fucktard, I don't. What planet do you live on? What country are you in? So why are you always where I am? Tell you go and whine in front of a judge and the media and whatever. Explain why the fuck you are where I am after I moved twice to get away from you. Explain that. Why, we just need to have somebody, but he ran off all her friends and family, so there's nobody that she would trust to talk, just, you want me to say, oh, sure, Craig or Corky, since you said it, I'll go be, held hostage and kidnapped and raped and tortured and murdered. Sure, okay, since you said it, I'll go. Who the fuck does that? Nobody does that. Like, nobody does that. What planet do you live on? So, if they're doing this to me and I have the help I have, and they get caught, which makes them risky, and then they act like they don't know they're caught, which is even more risky. Tony's money's at risk. Anybody who invested with you is at risk of losing everything they gave you, their life savings. They gave you money that you've just blown through to get caught. You got nothing else. You literally, in 15 years, have nothing else. So when you ask me for who leaked, is it Bob, is it Beverly, is it Renee, is it Troy? People I don't even know. Some of the names that we have on the list came because Charles asked me if they leaked. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't know who Bob is. I don't know who the fuck that is. I've never met Beverly. I have heard her name in police surveillance, but then you keep asking me if she's a leak also. So what the fuck? I don't want to help you. I want you gone. I want my privacy, I want my kids, and I want my money, and you're out. You're gone. And I never want to hear from you again. And I've told you that for years. And I have kicked and screamed and fought against you for years. So for you to think I've changed my mind or I want to go, you're off your nut. Okay, you've lost your mind. You're off your nut. You need help. You need to see a shrink. You need to see a doctor. You need a padded cell. Okay, there's no chance. There's no chance of that. I know what you're doing. I know what you want to do to me. I said no. I can do that. We live in America. This is not Iraq. And fuck you. Fuck you. That you would even ask me. Fuck you for even asking me. I have help. What are they going to do to you? And when are they going to do it? How pissed off did you want them to be? Leak to who, Charles? Bob is leaking to who? If you continue to convince yourself that there's nobody there and nobody to leak to, then why are you still asking me who leaked? Leaked to who? Do you see me talking to Bob? Who the fuck is Bob? Do you see me talking to Beverly? Who the fuck is Beverly? Do you see me talking to Lucius? Who the fuck is that? Leak to who? Leak what to who? There's nothing to tell. We're not doing what she says. Leak what? To who? You fucking retard. Do you hear the stupid coming out of your mouth? So, when you call around and you ask all these questions, and you take up people's time, and you bother them, and you harass them, and then go walk away and make up your own crap, why not just save everybody else the time and the trouble and just make up your own crap and quit asking questions? Because why ask questions if you're just going to make up your own crap? Why are they getting the information? Why are they getting it? Why are they getting it? We've told you why we're getting it. You don't want to believe that. You want to make up your own crap. So what crap, bullshit story do you tell yourselves they're getting the information for? Who's getting it? Who all has it? What are they going to do with it? When are they going to do with it? When are they going to do it? And how pissed off did you want them to be when they do it? Answer those fucking questions, you fucking retard. I can call you a name. I have the right to form an opinion and state my opinion, and I think you're a fucking retard. Because you can't answer those questions, can you? And they're not hard. And you don't get how much people hate you for what you've done to me and my son. You don't understand how hated and how much animosity is against you. And it's made it very easy for us to find out what you're up to, so I know to do that. How does she know to do that? It's not been hard. People hate you for what you've done to me and my kid. You're inflaming the situation. It's not even working for you. It's sure shit not working for me, but it's not even working for you, and it's definitely not working for Tony. I think the guy wants his money back. I think he wants it back. You told him it was a sure deal, didn't you? I'm not arrested like you keep threatening me every day with. I'm not in the hospital like you keep threatening me every day with. I'm not dead like you keep threatening me every day with. And I'm not kidnapped like you keep threatening me every day with. And I'm not delivered. And I'm not fired. But we got more intel. Because you wanted to try one more thing, so you gave us one more thing to get. Alternatively, fuck off. Now, this is my granddad. This is called the T. Thompson L.M. Hall Law Enforcement Center of Roswell. They named the building in his honor. See? Okay, so I grew up with police, lots of them. Okay, I cut my teeth on a badge. And this is my kids. This is Tristan and Dennis with my grandparents. My granddad passed away in 2004. It was awful. That's me when I was little. He ran for county treasurer. He was appointed and he ran. And there's his funeral thing. And ran for sheriff. He did not win that, but he did win the county treasurer one, and he went on to be a city councilman. He was in a detective magazine. He was featured. They solved a murder. It was in the detective magazine here. See, this is my on the right. That is my papa. That is my great granddad, who was the captain of detectives, Roswell Police. That's the chief, my granddad. Okay, so I have a very big problem with people who murder cops. I have a very big problem with people who murder cops and then slander them. And they don't get the benefits of having been killed in the line of duty, because that's what happened to Lucky. And I'm alleging you murdered him. Why were you in Pensacola the night he was killed? And a whole bunch of times before and after, because you were setting all that up and covered it all up. Why do you want to cover things up if you didn't have anything to do with it? Okay, you proved me wrong. Okay? You proved me wrong. I allege you tried to kill my son. You did kill him. God and the doctor brought him back in me, and you've tried again since. Now you proved me wrong. What's it to you if I'm with him when he needs me the most? What's it to you? Okay, all you've done is inflame people. They hate you. The animosity against you people is growing and growing, and it's about to blow up in your face. I've already told you that. Okay, and then you have the nerve to ask me who leaked. Leaked to who? You said nobody's investigating you. So who the fuck are they leaking to? You stupid bitch. Who are they leaking to? Yep, nobody will help you with that, will they? No, everybody wants you fucking gone. So they're not going to help you. They want you fucking gone. And you want to make up your own crap? Go make up your own crap. But stop wasting people's time with your questions when you're going to make up your own crap anyway. So one of those guys told you in November 2025, when you're calling, you're whining, and we got to get her fired, and she's catching our crime, and we don't like that. We're victims. No, you're not. You are not a victim. Okay? You're the worst of the worst of the worst kind of criminal, worse than BTK. Prove me wrong, you psycho fuck. Prove me wrong. Okay? Or shut up. Just shut up. Prove me wrong on fact, or shut the fuck up. So you're whining and you're complaining, and the guy said, okay, you've done this thing for 15 years, right? And it didn't work even for you. You're inflaming the situation. And I can imagine as a parent, top of the list is what you're doing to her kid. Get her with her kid. What's it to you if you had nothing to do with that? What do you care? What do you care? Get her with her kid. She'd better have money. If you taking her money and you making her broke is a problem and it's inflaming things, and it's made things where everything you wanted covered up is not covered up anymore. Stop. Okay, I can't have this thing where I can't even get a name because people think I'm aligned with you. So I'm going to distance myself from you if you're not going to stop doing what you've done all these years that led to this phone call. Leave her the fuck alone so I can get her people calmed down, because you're pissing them off. They're not going to help you if they're pissed. They're not going to tell anybody anything. Nobody talks when they're mad. Okay, and they don't want you to know who's investigating you and what they're going to do and what they have and what. They're not going to tell you shit. They're going to make sure you don't find out what they're doing. Because there's an end game here. There's an objective and there's a goal. Ruin the crime and the criminal. Ruin him. Make him gone. We don't want that in our society. Make them gone. Make them go away. They're imposing on us and they're burdening us with this bullshit. So, you said no. And then you had the same conversation in March, didn't you? No, we're not going to do... The guy was finally like, okay, since you have all the answers, I don't know why the fuck you're bothering me with this stuff. You seem to have it all figured out, so go do your thing. And don't complain when it doesn't work yet again today, or the next day after that, or the day after that, because you're pissing people off with your cruelty, and you're inflaming the situation. And when it blows up in your face, then it's your problem. It's your fault. Because everybody told you stop. Stop pissing her off. Stop keeping her from her kid. Stop making her broke. Give her her money and get the fuck out. Because this is about a whole lot more than just her. I need to know a name. And if they think I'm hooked up with you, they're not giving me a name. They're not giving you a name. Because they're not going to mess this up. Everybody wants you gone. Nobody's going to mess that up. They haven't. In 15 years, $10 million didn't mess that up, did it? No. How much money did Tony give you? That now he's pissed that you can't get me delivered in your illegal human trafficking, deal. Illegal human trafficking deal. You don't sell people in the U.S., you stupid son of a bitch. You don't. Okay? Not this time. Do you not understand the words, not this time? Are you that fucktard that not this time just goes right over your head? You stupid fuck. I don't even know. I don't, I'm sorry. I have no patience for stupid. I can't be around that. It's like grinding nails on a chalkboard. And criminals are stupid or you wouldn't be criminals. You'd go make money legit like the rest of us do. Okay? And you don't whine again and play like you're the victim and think people are going to want to help you. They do not. They don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. I got caught. Feel bad for me. Oh my God. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. So, what is it about this interview that I did with Jason Moore that makes you shit yourself and be a coward and you want it covered up? When you start trying to cover something up, I start making sure I draw attention to it. Oh, what's on this that scares, Mr. Perry doesn't want out. He doesn't want anybody to know about it. When we start deleting and we start altering and we start covering up evidence, you're going to have a problem with me. You're going to have a big problem with me. And not just me, my whole team. You know, the team that doesn't exist. Just because nobody will tell you anything. Okay, the team that Beverly leaks to, or Bob leaks to, that isn't even there. Do you hear the weird shit y'all say? The bizarre, that didn't even make sense. Oh, there's nobody investigating us. Who did Bob leak? Leak to who? Did you see me talking to Bob? I don't even know who the fuck that is. I don't know who the fuck that is. So don't go around and tell, we're not being investigated. There's nobody there. And then call around and pay people millions of dollars to fire me. And then ask, is Beverly leaking to who? Roswell aliens? There's no such thing, dipshit. Okay, make up your own crap, but then don't call everybody and ask them questions and ignore what they tell you, and then just go make up your own crap. The things you guys say doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, notice we have 123 names to your none. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody. We told you what to do if you wanted help. Give back what you took. Get the fuck out of my life. Nobody will help you until you do. I have to be with my kid. And you have to stay away from him. You have to stay away from my whole family. Okay, I'm not on good terms with my family. They chose you. They can have you. But if you want the guys to help you, you have to stay away from them. You can no longer talk to any member. If they share DNA with me, whether we get along or not is none of your business. You're so nosy. You're so boring. So, you can't talk to my family. None of them. You compensate Dennis for what you did to him. You compensate for me for what you did to me. And you get the fuck out of our lives. And we never hear from you again. Or you will not get help at all. You ask me, you're going to piss us off. Okay? You're pissing us off. So once again, you had another day where nothing worked because I found out before because you pissed us off. It's been that way for years. Now everybody's trying to sneak, get in her house and put some of that rat poison over in her, whatever salad dressing or her salad or her coffee or what. If I personally don't give you a key, and I have not, and I personally don't let you in, you don't get in my house because it will cost you. Okay, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. It'll cost you. You stay the fuck out of my house and you get out of my shit. You don't come in my home when I'm asleep and tear up my property. You stay if I don't personally let you in, get out of my home and don't come back in there again. Gordy and David, stay the fuck out of my house. Jacob, stay the fuck out of my house. Just stay the fuck out of it. And can't you get in there when she's asleep and get her driver's license? Well, she sleeps with it. Well, how'd she know to do that? When you do the crime to me, you get caught. You stupid fuck. How many times I gotta repeat that for you? All of that, we have all of that. Who has it? Who all has it? What are they getting? Why are they getting it? Okay, you want to make up crap? Go tell it. Make up crap about why are they getting all this stuff. All this information that's on the blog, why are they getting it? And that's not the half of it. Like, you want sneak in when I'm sleeping and get my driver's license. So I know to sleep with my driver's license. It's pretty much taped to my body, and I've told you that for years, haven't I? We tell you. We already know. So here's the action that we've done. Here's what I do to keep you from stealing my driver's license. Because y'all never shut up about getting my driver's license. You talk about it constantly. We hear you all the time. If I have the help that I have that can get me that kind of information so that I know to sleep with my driver's license. So you don't come in the middle of the night and sneak around and get it. Or take it from me at work or whatever. Okay, what happens to the girls that are at the compound that don't have that kind of help? How much worse is it for them? And don't tell us they're not hostages. They absolutely are hostages. Because if you made things this bad for me with the help that I have, how much worse is it for them that don't have the help I have? I can imagine it's a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare, but it's much more of a nightmare for them. They're not there of their own free will. And how retarded would somebody be to not know that by now? With all the stuff that we've brought out, surely you can put that together in your head. Surely you can put that together in your head at this point. And if you can't, I don't even have words for you. I really don't. I don't. I can't do stupid. I can't do it. I can't be around that. It's like grinding nails on a chalkboard. So, for whatever reason, this interview scared the shit out of Charles, and he wants it covered up. And they have tried to take it off the internet twice. So, we're going to draw attention to it. We're going to make a thing about it. What are you hiding, and why are you hiding it? What are you hiding, and why are you hiding it? Okay, you want to get up tomorrow morning, and you want to inflame everybody, and you want to piss us off, and you want to harass me all day, and you want to threaten me all day, and then ask for help. You're going to get the same thing you've gotten for 15 years. But you know what's 15 years and millions of dollars? What's one more day and one more million, right? To get us more, We all work hard to get information. To do what, Charles? Why are they getting the information? Why are they getting all this information? 420 pages here, 419 pages here of never-ending scrolling. 419 of never-ending scrolling. You take from me, we take from you, you stupid little fuck. You psychotic fuck. You cause a problem for me, we're going to cause a few for you. It is a problem that I'm not with my kid when he needs me the most, and that I'm broke. And that you're not giving me my money back, and you threaten me constantly and harass me constantly. And then ask me for help. That's a problem. So when your thing doesn't work like you thought it would, or like you planned it to, and y'all run around and go, how'd she find out? How'd she know to do that? How'd she get that information? How'd she know about that? Did Beverly leak? Did Bob leak? Leak to who? And why get this? I want to know what bullshit story you're telling yourself. Why we do this all day long. I want to know what in the fuck did you imagine or pretend, David? This is the disclaimer. Okay, so this thing is right here. One more time, have it taken down. I dare you. Let's draw attention even more. What are you hiding and why are you hiding it? And what in the hell does anything on that have to do with you? Okay, I've linked it to you. Now prove me wrong. You prove me wrong on fact. Because if you just listen to it, there's not a link. You wouldn't think there would be. Except that it corroborates my witness, doesn't it? The guys have a witness, their witness. So is that what you're going pussy about? Or is it the political issues that this establishes, that in 2012, I was every bit Republican. Jason Moore and I had to, work together great. And I didn't need you for anything. I had Jason Moore. If I needed something, if I had an issue with something that, oh, by the way, you got a lot of pictures of Governor Rick Perry and myself. Do you not think I had people in his office? If I needed something, I could call them, the governor? I didn't need you. You're the new guy. What the fuck difference did you make to me politically? You have all these imaginations that you can't prove, or they're not real to me, and you can't prove they're real to me. And this did a lot to go. This interview went far, didn't it, in establishing my politics and why your imaginary political vendetta is imaginary. But that's not the only thing. There's also no false police report filed because you obstructed justice and destroyed my evidence. And you had two things there. False police report that would have to be linked to a political vendetta. And you imagined all of it. There's no romance. There's no political vendetta. And you look like a buffoon. And you know that, don't you? And that's why you didn't want that out. Tell everybody why you didn't want that out. Why'd you want that covered up? Because you're making a problem with it. So if you're making a problem, it's a problem for you. Or so you think. Or you wouldn't want it covered up. You wouldn't care. You do a lot of things to show your guilt. Guilty people act guilty. Okay, any good investigator, Mr. Perry, grew up with police. Remember, a whole family of them. They're going to look for things like that. Is this guy acting normal for a normal guy, or is he acting normal for a guilty guy? I think he's acting normal for a guilty guy is what I think. There's a thing you can do. You can say, I want this admitted as act showing consciousness of guilt. He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows what he's doing is illegal. And he's acting guilty and he's trying to cover it up. If some guy calls the cops and they say, look, my wife is missing. And in fact, I think I saw this on like forensic files or trace evidence with Henry Lee or something like that. But the guy calls the cops and he's like, my wife is missing. And they walk through the house and there's one room that smells like bleach and new paint. Okay, well, if you're a cop, what's the first thing that pops in your head? Why is this? What'd you do in here? Okay, you got a missing wife and you got a room that's been cleaned. So I'm thinking maybe you murdered her in this room and you cleaned it up. And she's dead somewhere, is what I'm thinking. Because all of a sudden when you bleach your room and paint it, so they start asking him for receipts. Okay, when did you clean this room? And when did you paint it? Well, 2 days ago. Was she here? Yeah, she was here then. Okay, so she went missing, and you start trying to establish a timeline, and you start asking for a receipt. I want to see paint receipts and bleach receipts. Because why the fuck would you do that in one room? The rest of the house is the way it's always been, but this one room, I'm thinking if I pull the carpet up, I'm going to see some blood. I'm thinking if I get, they're going to start doing their testing, and how much blood is it enough? Is it a few specks, or is it a spray like you might see if somebody's hit over the head with a hammer or something, or a gunshot? Is there a gunshot? What am I gonna find if I start pulling stuff back here? So, turns out the guy had murdered his wife in that room, and they pulled back the carpet, and there was huge blood stains, and he was, trying to clean up and paint, and oh my gosh. Okay, that is, when you alter evidence, that is evidence in and of itself. Because you've did something and now you're trying to cover it up. So that right there means there's something to cover up. So if you don't want this video out and you don't want people to see that, you got something to hide. And you don't get to do that with shit with me. You don't. It's different this time, remember? You don't get away with that when you do it to me. This is already, in your criminal case, it's already done, man. It's already docketed. It's already been presented. There's a fuck ton of stuff like that. So when you guys go around and you start deleting stuff out of my accounts, there was a video with Mr. Bencourt at my work. You deleted that. The guys have it. So, what the hell is your problem? First of all, they got you on illegal access to my electronic device. It's not yours. And two, you've destroyed evidence, or you've tampered with it, or you've altered it. And you don't have the authorization to be in any account of mine at all. And so he's going to get you on about 4 things for that. And you look guilty, by the way. Because an innocent guy doesn't need to do that. You wouldn't care. If you weren't doing what we say you're doing, you wouldn't give a shit. If you didn't go into court and lie, you wouldn't need to conceal material facts that could change the outcome of the decision-making body, now would you? Like maybe my testimony from Mike Neely. You just like covering everything up, and you think nobody will suspect a thing. Everybody's as buffoon-ass as I am. You think wrong. They're not. Okay, this right here, there's the video where I Sherlocked his case. Now, play that for your court, whichever one you go and lie in front of, Judge Egan, Judge Jane, Judge McClendon, Judge Hawker, Judge Parker, whoever. Play that video and prove me the fuck wrong. On fact. Okay? Not your daydreaming. Now, if we got information like Mike Neely was drugged before, we said it before anybody else said it. The first responders had not even been deposed yet. Had not even been deposed yet. And we said, Florida State's attorney got the wrong guy. This guy was drugged. Now, how did I know that? Nobody got that information from me. Beverly leaks to nobody. I mean, come on with this bullshit you say. And quit treating people like they're as stupid as you are. They're not. And that alone will create some animosity against you. Your cruelty's enough, but that also adds to it. That guy treats me like he thinks I'm an idiot. I'm not. He's full of crap. And I'm sick of him wasting my time with this crap. Okay, so I did the whole case here. And I guess I've got another one here too. You know, I mean, you either killed Chief Miller and you framed Mike or you didn't. And Mike has been sitting in jail for a crime he didn't commit. And his kids think he's a murderer, and Lucky's kids think their dad was killed in a drunken brawl, and he wasn't. He was killed in the line of duty. And there's some benefits they're entitled to. And you're stealing from them too. Coming from a family of police, we don't leave one behind, and we don't put up with cop killers. And that's just all there is to it. And I don't care who you think you are. You're pedophiles too. Prove me wrong. I'm not saying Charles Perry's, I'm saying some of the people involved in his human trafficking. Okay, we've got this here. You think nobody will suspect a thing if I just disappear or end up dead? You really think that? On what planet is that true? That nobody would suspect you had something to do with my disappearance? You know, you're fucking retarded. And I'm sick and fucking tired. I'm sick of dealing with that. I'm tired of dealing with your retarded. I'm sick and tired of repeating the same thing for you people. I don't have the time or patience for this. No one does. So you're not going to get help until you stop making everybody say the same thing. We're just trying to reason with crazy people. You can't do it. You're living proof of that. And you can't fix stupid either. But go ahead and spend another day harassing and threatening me and try one more thing to make her go. Whoa. And then, well, it didn't work again. Because all he did is piss her off. Blew through Tony's money, sitting on his fat ass, pissing her off, harassing, threatening, and then asking for help. After what he's done to her, there's no damn way she's going to help. Okay, you're not going to bribe me by using my money. You're not going to threaten me without paying for it. Down the road, you'll pay for it. Okay, what happens down the road when they take all this into court and charge you and you go to jail? Why else get it? Why the fuck else would we get it? What crap story do you tell yourself we're getting it for? And quit asking questions when you've already made up your own crap and you're going to believe your own crap no matter what anybody else says. And if you know everything, you know, you call people, what should we do? We can't, you know, we've got to get these guys backed off. Okay, well, you're pissing them off. They're not going to back off. So stop pissing them off. And I think the top of the list of things pissing them off is what you're doing to her kid and keeping her from her kid. And they don't want her broke. And they know you owe her money. And they're sick of you bad-mouthing her. All the things that you've been doing all these years that led to this phone call, stop doing that. Give it back and get out of her life. So maybe we can get her people calmed down enough to at least get a name. Because right now you don't even have that. I have no idea. There's no person for me to call. Because you don't have a name. Nobody will help you with that. They want y'all gone and nobody wants to mess that up. And then all the problems you cause, that's gone too. All the loss and suffering you cause, that's gone too. So you can't get a name. You know, you're causing suffering. And you're pissing people off with that. Nobody's going to give you a name and mess that up when they put a stop to it. They're trying to put a stop to it. Relieve suffering caused by crime. Relieve the suffering caused, ruin the crime and the criminals. You fuck with me, I will fuck you up like you've never been fucked up in your life. You fuck with my kids, I'll utterly ruin you. I'll utterly ruin you. And I told you that's what I would do in 2015. You're about to see things you've never seen before. I will ruin you. You've messed with my children. And you mess with my children, and you mess with them again, and then you mess with them some more, and then you mess with them, and you threaten them, and you harass, don't you? You threaten to kidnap my granddaughter how many times? 2, 3, 4 times now? You've really hurt my younger son. You know, he will never get over it. His life will never be the same. And I will ruin you because you did that, and I have help. I cannot do that by myself. There's no way. But I know people who have the power and the information to fuck you so bad you have no idea. I don't go to your kids and try to ruin their lives. We don't try to kill your children. What if we were like you? What if we were like you? Lowest of the low. What would you do if somebody went after your kids? You're not going to get away with it because you did it to me. Alternatively, you could have fucked off and left me alone the first time I asked you to. Okay, I moved twice to not have any kind of conflict with you at all. No contact, no conflict, nothing to do with you. And you go where I am, and you ruin all things good. And the animosity you have created against yourself, you have no idea. And it doesn't matter what bullshit story you tell yourself, it's always in your face. Every time you plan something that doesn't work, it's right there in your face. Everybody's hate towards you for what you've done, the suffering you caused. And because you don't get that, you just repeat the cycle every day. Because it just never clicks for you. Nothing clicks for you. Nothing clicks for you. You can repeat it over and over. It just never clicks for you. That's not my problem. It's really not. Okay? You contact me, I'm going to get more. You take from me, I'm going to get more. You cause a problem for me, I'm going to get more. I have another day without my kid, and you have people lying to me about what's going on with him, I'm going to get more. You take my money, I'm going to get more. You take my time, I'm going to get more. Until they put you in jail. You want to make up your own crap, make up your own crap. It's really not my problem. It's nobody's problem but yours. And y'all run around and how'd she find out about that? And how'd she know about... But that's what happens when you do the crime to me. Okay? 419 pages to prove that. And here's how much everybody hates you. Look what I got out of what you did. How much of Tony's money bought me all this? Because you got nothing else in 15 years. Okay? When I say we want to ruin you, please remember, nobody's gotten closer to that goal and that objective than we have. No one you know in your whole life. Okay, you want to go ahead and piss us off one more day? Knock yourself out, but don't complain. You asked for it, and we always give you what you asked for. We always give you what you asked for. Alternatively, fuck the hell off. Fuck the hell off. Okay? You're not going to bribe me and use my own money. You owe me money. You're going to pay that. You're going to pay Dennis his. And you're going to get the fuck out of our lives or no one's going to help you. Okay? He's not able to do a whole lot for you at this point. He can answer some questions. Not all of them. Some of them. But you're not even going to get that if you're going to slap me and him both in the face and give us the middle finger all day. Okay? It's not going to happen. You're going to piss us off? Charles, every kind of contact of any kind. I don't want to hear from you. I can't stand it. I can't do it. You're the nastiest, gross piece of ick slime I've ever met in my life. There's nothing sexy about you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't give two fucks what you think. No fucks are given about what you think at all. I fucking am sick of repeating myself. We're all tired of repeating. The same thing for the dumb guy. Okay? It's recorded so you can just replay. All contact disgusts me. Stop it. Stop. All forms of all contact. Any problem of any kind. Any loss of any kind. Loss of my privacy, loss of time with my son. Any contact with him. We told you to stay away from him. Stay away from I don't know what you did exactly to my sister and brother-in-law, but it was bad, and we told you not to contact I told you don't contact my family, didn't I? I think they all need a restraining order against you or a protective order against you. I really think that they need that. I think that it's in their best interest to get a protective order for Dennis. I think, Steve or somebody can get one, somebody wherever he is. I'm there, I can help him get one. But he needs one, because you continue to try to murder him. Okay, you continue to try to murder him. We told you to stay away from him, and you're flaming things. When you inflame things, you know, nobody definitely is going to... Animosity is what you get out of that. Against you. Leave everybody the fuck alone. Leave everybody the fuck alone. Prove me wrong on fact, or shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Okay? When you do things that make you look guilty, don't be surprised when everybody thinks you're guilty. Okay? Here's the thing is, I don't have a home that I've got one room that I went in and bleached it and painted it because I didn't murder somebody in that room. I don't murder anybody at all. No need to do that, right? That's what flagged off the cops going, this looks like, see, no other room is painted, no other room smells like bleach, just this one. Means he felt like he needed to bleach this room and paint it. Well, what would make a guy need to bleach a room and paint it? Murder in the first, or murder, bludgeoned wife? She's not disappeared, she's dead. So my guess is I'm going to pull this carpet back and I'm going to find a big old spot of blood. That's probably enough that would look like somebody died here. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, you don't need to do something like that. You don't need to cover up unless you did something that needs covering up. You don't need to cover up evidence, Mr. Perry, and keep me from my son unless you did something you want covered up. In Jason Moore's interview, clearly, there's something in it you wanted covered up. Because twice now you've had that taken down. And it's not yours to take down, bitch. And so I'm going to draw attention to it. And I've done that every time you try to cover something up. And the same thing with my testimony for Mike Neely. He'd be home right now if I testified. But you made sure I didn't testify. Even I file a motion to intervene because we don't leave one behind. We do not leave one behind. We do not leave one behind. And we were yelling and screaming at the Florida State's Attorney before first responders were even deposed. They confirmed my intel was good intel. He was drugged. He did not do this. He was found unconscious, in respiratory distress, and dying of opioid overdose. Supposedly just beat someone to death. In that condition, I don't think that seems, that's not plausible. That's not even possible, much less plausible. So somebody killed him. But it wasn't Mike. And Mike is in jail and his kids think he's a murderer, and you're going to fix that, or I will. We will. But I did try, during his trial, filed a motion to intervene. There should have been a hearing on standing, whether or not I had standing. Because that's how desperate I was trying to help this man not go to jail for something you did. So maybe we need to get it going. Maybe we need to get it in a different courtroom, sir. So that he can go home to his family. And Lucky gets the honors he deserves. And Mike deserves, he almost died in the line of duty too. It's just that first responders got to him in time. And they didn't get to Lucky in time. But you intended to murder him, didn't you? Well, don't forget who you're dealing with. Okay? No one has caught your crime this much. No one you know has gotten closer to the goal and the objective of ruining you than I have. And I have help. And don't say there's nobody there and then ask me who leaked. Leaked to who? And don't say I'm not doing what she says. Leak what? I found out about what? I knew to do that, which means what? What does it mean? Don't delete stuff and say, well, we deleted that because there was nothing to it. Well, there's nothing to it. You don't need to delete it, do you? Quit treating people like they're the buffoons you are. Okay, so you either sold me and you're trying to deliver, or you didn't. Prove me wrong. We don't, let CPS look at the compounds. The thing is, as girls in Vegas, I used to have a friend in Vegas that was a high-end escort. Mansion of a house. Beautiful home. She made a fuck ton of money doing that. And I could have done it with her. It was just not my thing. I could have made a fuck ton of money too. But they can pick and choose what kind of clients they want, and they don't want the weirdos, and they don't have to have a weirdo. So you got out the weirdos for your kidnap victims, right? The guys that want to do stuff no normal girl will do. Force themselves on women with gross, nasty sex perversion, debauchery, bestiality, sex with severed heads, head kipper type shit, weird shit. that's way far off the deviant chart, and you're sickos, and you need to go to a doctor and get some help with your head, and stop raping babies. And George and Keith need to get, and Governor Abbott and Governor Stanton, whoever, Ron DeSantis, get the fucking people out of those places. Because if we have to do it, it's going to embarrass you. And that's your problem, not ours. This is a very bigger case. It's the biggest project they've worked on ever in their lives. So they're doing it for something. Despite Mr. Perry's delusion and the crap he makes up. Why would we get the information, sir? Why get it? Why go to all the trouble to get it? Go ahead and tell the courts that you go whine in front of what bullshit story you tell yourself that they're doing this for. CPS needs to be in those places. They need to get those people out. Today. They need to do it today. Because we've ranted and we've given information. Look, we have information. Go get them out. We know you're listening to it because Charles makes sure everybody, they see, oh, look, she's harassing me. See, listen to her podcast. She's harassing me. She's calling me a retard. Oh my God, that's the least I can do after what you've done. Literally the least I could do after what you've done to me and my son. And the compound victims. And the Neelys and the Millers. You're a fucking cop killer. Prove you're not. Why were you in Pensacola that night? On the night Chief Miller died. Why were you there? Account for your time. Account for your fucking time. Okay? I don't want to hear from you. I want you to shut the fuck up and never contact me again. And all you do is harass me. And I'm sick and tired of it. Everybody is. We can't wait till they're done with this and you're gone. We want you gone. That's why we get the help and you don't. And that is all there is to it. How many times we got to repeat the same fucking thing for you? He wants to be governor. No, he can't be governor. He's not smart. He's not smart enough. What do you mean he's not smart enough? Well, he got caught trying to kidnap Cynthia twice this week. Okay, here's the thing. When you get caught, you stop. Not that you would do this anyway. And if he can't figure all that out by himself like a, halfway decent, intelligent person, he can't run his own life, much less a state. He's got Huntington's disease. It's not going to get better. It'll get worse. There's no cure for that. His mind is gone. Already. You want to wait till he stomps his feet and throws a fit like a 2-year-old? Like he does in our meetings? Do you want him to do that in a televised, debate or a media interview? Right in front of everybody? Or since he has no filters and says the weirdest things ever that'll make your skin crawl, even creeps us out, you want him to do that on a televised media interview or a debate? I don't. You want him to start naming all our names and talking about what we're doing in our human trafficking bullshit? You want to start because he forgets where he is and who he's talking to? Okay, well, I think it's just not doable. And that's not her fault, that's his fault. It's his problem. She didn't make him have that disease, he just has it. I don't know, maybe you pissed God off. I don't know. I don't like to get into whether or not people are being punished by God or not being punished by God, not when something bad happens, because, bad things happen, good things happen for everybody. And that's just the way it is. But sometimes you do have to wonder when somebody is a cop killer and a baby killer and just cheats and lies and robs and steals and kills and destroys constantly. And finally they got theirs, he's got a mental illness. Finally he got his. I mean, you have to, I'm sorry, that's just a natural instinct. Finally you got some karma. About damn time. Finally got some karma. About time. I mean, we have a little friend that died of leukemia when he was 6. He sure shit didn't have that coming. He sure shit did not have that coming. And it was horrible to watch him suffer, and it was horrible to watch his family suffer. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was awful. Is that God's judgment? I don't think so. I mean, God, it rains on the just and the unjust alike. But when you see somebody like Charles Perry and he gets a disease that makes his mind gone, and he's just whack job, and people make fun of him. I mean, finally he got his. I mean, I hate being like that, but After what he's put me through, the hell he's put me through, and my kid, this is my baby. This is my son. This is not some random person. This is my child. And any parent worth a half a shit would scratch your eyeballs out for what you've done to him. How dare you? And then you ask me for help. Dear Jesus, I want to be with my son, and I want you to stay away from him and get away from him and all my family. Just get away from us. Okay, you picked the fight. I did not. I moved twice not to have a fight. But I'm going to ruin you. I promise you, have my word. Nobody's gotten closer to that goal than me. Don't forget who it is you're talking to. You stupid fucking bitch. Cop killer, baby killer, piece of shit. Lowest of the low. Get off my back and get away from me. Give back what you took from me and my kid and get the fuck out. Or you're not going to get help. I do. See? You want to flame things? This is what happens when you inflame things. And then you run around and go, who told on us? How'd she get that information? How'd she know to do that? Well, all the things we planned didn't work. Because everybody pissed her off and she found out again. Same old thing. Now what are we going to do? Why get this? Why get this? Why go through all the trouble to get all this information? Why do that? Ask the ding dong.